How do you suggest handling negative reviews or low ratings? How do you deal with negative feedback? Well, in everything that we do, we are all going to get negative feedback. I get negative feedback. As an author, you're going to get negative feedback. Amazon gets negative feedback. It's all about figuring out why you're looking at the feedback first. So you may be somebody who may not want to take a look at your reviews, or if you want to see the positive reviews, maybe you have a friend or a family member who goes and gathers the positive reviews for you, but just doesn't mention any negative reviews. So if negative reviews are really difficult for you, then you may want to find out a way not to see them. The other thing is the negative feedback a review, or is it negative feedback from an editor or a beta reader or a critique partner? Because that's also different, in which case you may need to look at your book differently. You may need to decide whether or not the person who's the source of the feedback is somebody that you trust or whose input you value. So negative feedback and negative reviews are both going to happen. If you're getting negative feedback from beta readers, alpha readers, critique partners, you may want to sit with it for a while and figure out, are they right? Try and distance yourself from the feedback a bit. And by which I mean, don't take it personally, but think of it as feedback on a product. It's a feedback on the book, not a feedback about you. So you may want to think about it for a while. You do not have to action on all negative feedback or criticism that comes from an editor or a beta reader or a critique partner. It's up to you to decide what you're going to action on. And then as far as negative reviews, you don't have to do anything about negative reviews. Definitely don't need to respond. You definitely don't need to screenshot them and share them around the internet and make fun of the reviewer or talk about what a terrible person the reviewer is. If you get a negative review, again, remember, tell yourself it's about the product. It's not about you. I know easier said than done, but trust me, I've gotten negative feedback. So I'm in a position to be able to say this. I've gotten negative feedback both about myself and about the product. So I've definitely dealt with this on both sides of it. So just remind yourself that it's about the product. Remind yourself that your product is not for everybody. So you are not writing a book for everybody. So you are going to get negative feedback and low ratings. And then you can say, is there something valid in there? Like if you're going to read your negative reviews, is there something you're going to take away? Are there quality issues? Are there a lot of typos? Did it need to be edited? Those might be valid negative review information. On the other hand, saying like too many uses of the word fuck, you know what? Then they're probably not your reader. Too much sex, again, probably not your reader. So it's a matter of balancing what the feedback is and whether or not it's something that you want to carry forward and action on in future books, or even in this book. Maybe if it's quality issues, do you need to have it edited and then re-release it? Something to think about. But again, there isn't a lot you need to do as far as handling negative reviews. Nothing is required of you. Just move on, like ignore them. Don't look at them. Yes, low ratings are going to happen. Yes, it affects your star rating. This is one of those things where you are going to be railing against the universe if you try and figure out a way to get people to change their ratings or not to get low ratings. Somebody mentioned this past week that somebody left a negative review on the children's book, The Hungry Caterpillar. Every book gets negative reviews. Every book has people that don't like it. Every author has people that don't like them. So you're not going to create a perfect scenario in which there are no negative reviews. There's no low ratings. That just doesn't happen.